Alright, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, we are back to make honestly, kind of just like a PSA. PSA, yeah, public service announcement. Hi, what time is it? It is 12:46 a.m. Thursday, May 30th. I honestly really like now that I post my videos weeks after the fact, because I'll post like a haul I filmed 2 weeks ago and people will be in my comments upset about something that I literally bought at this point almost a month ago, and then have so much to say about it, and I'm just like, everything people react to is in the past now. So it honestly gives me like it's just like knowledge of this is something I already did, and I'm already on the other side of that thing most of the time. I just want to say this though. I think a lot of people have a lot to say about my life, which, good or bad, people are entitled to their opinions. I just really don't understand people who like hate watch me, I guess. I'm assuming they hate watch me because they're watching me just to leave negative comments or hateful, rude, mean comments telling me, oh, you're gonna be living with your parents forever and you're never gonna get out of your situation. Like, why watch someone you don't like that much? That is what makes no sense to me. Like, I'm not watching people I don't like just to hate them. But anyways, I definitely think like the more hate I get, the less I care. And so now I just read hate comments and kind of just laugh at them, if I'm being honest. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't owe it to anyone but myself to get out of my situation. I also don't owe it to anyone else to work on myself. I think some people really, I don't know if some people are living vicariously through me or think like the choices that I make in my life affect them. But at the end of the day, I'm responsible for my choices, for my actions, and I'm the one who's going to face the consequences of my choices and my actions, some of which I am facing, right? I'm in debt because of poor financial decisions I've made. I can live with that, right? I can accept responsibility for my choices, and I'm dealing with the consequences of my choices. But some of y'all are acting like you're on the receiving end of them, and you're not. Like, my choices affect me. They don't affect the people watching them. If they're affecting you, I don't know why it's affecting you, because it's not I don't know how else to say it other than it's like my choices affect my life. Now, there are some choices that you can make that do affect other people, but if you're saying watching videos of me on the internet is affecting your life negatively, please don't watch my videos. Like, I feel like I'm giving some people a heart attack, and I'm like, it's not I'm not trying to make people upset by watching my videos. I also do think that some people do view my life as a hot mess and want to see me fail, or want to see me struggle, or want to see a lot of those things. And you know what? That's okay with me at the end of the day. I'm like, I can't control who watches my videos, but I just think, like, again, if you're gonna get that upset over a stranger's video, like, don't watch my video. Anyways, I think it's funny because people don't know what I actually am doing in my life. Y'all see videos, the videos that I film, maybe an hour of 24 hours in my day, and people make a lot of assumptions about what I am or what I am not doing. And I am partially responsible because I shared a lot of personal things that a lot of people watch and then will use against me. I also just want to say this for people who think I have some sort of ill will towards my parents. I love and appreciate my parents so much. You know, I will say there was a time where I was very immature, very ungrateful, very, you know, angry and frustrated and wanted to blame someone else for my problems. I don't feel like I've been doing that towards my parents though. Recently, like, I am very appreciative that my parents have supported me for as long. I definitely am not always deserving of that. They've given me a lot of grace, even when I am, you know, making a lot of mistakes. And I think that's something that I am very grateful for. You know, at the end of the day, though, my goals in life are to better myself each day. So that is not going to look like a 180 transformation overnight. I don't think that's realistic to expect from other people, but some people watching my videos pretty much expect immediate change. I'm giving myself grace as well because I have to remember, you know, I'm breaking bad habits that I've built for the past 10 plus years. Like, I've been struggling with a shopping habit, like a bad shopping habit, since I was 18. Honestly, since I was 17, because I left for college and graduated from high school at 17. So yeah, if you think after 11 years of struggling with bad spending habits, it's going to change overnight, I think that's not realistic. However, I also think people have to realize everyone's on their own individual journey. I'm not saying I've made the best choices. I'm not saying I'm perfect and never have and always make the right choices, right? There's a lot of things I've bought that were unnecessary. I know that. I understand that, you know? And there's a lot of people who are gonna, you know, like I said, there's people who literally are watching me just to, I guess, hate. But my life, I'm not living my life for other people. I'm living my life for myself. The things that I deal with, the things that I go through, the things that I struggle with, I have to overcome them. I have to work through them. Other people are watching my videos and, you know, telling me all the things I'm doing wrong, or just judging, or just condemning, or just assuming. But what matters is what I do. And so I think the other thing is too, I am not looking for, I'm not really looking for, you know, people to just blindly support me, right? Like, if I didn't feel like my shopping was a problem, I would not have shared that I had a shopping addiction, right? So I'm obviously aware of my issues. It's not me using it as an excuse. It's just saying, like, this is something I'm working on. This is something that I'm praying through. This is something that I struggle with, and I don't think that I have to become, you know, this complete 180 person, you know, overnight. I think it's the baby steps to get there. I also think a lot of it does stem from just having an overall lack of motivation. And also, I feel like it's easy sometimes for me to fall back into old habits. But I think the real point I was trying to make it with this video is just that, you know, I could easily not show any of the stuff that I bought. You know, it's very easy to pretend on the internet and lie and say, you know, well, I haven't bought anything new because y'all haven't seen any haul videos from me for a while. I honestly only share the haul videos because I know there's people who do enjoy them. Also, I feel like I started this channel making haul videos. That was my initial channel, was all just hauls. So it's kind of just like a habit that I have now, is if I buy something, I always want to make a video showing it, because that's where how I started my channel. But anyways, I feel like I'm working through my issues off camera most of the time, so people don't see like all of the things that I do or don't do. Y'all only see what I actually share. So I just think, like, the part that makes me not even annoyed, because honestly, I'm just at a point where I'm like, I don't even care anymore. I kind of don't care anymore. And, you know, haters can be your motivators to a certain degree, but at the same time, I'm like, the people hating on me I don't owe anything to those people, right? Like, it's not like I have to convince myself to change to please the people hating on me online. Like, my motivation to change is because of my own goals, my own desires, my own, you know, things that I want for myself. So, you know, people who do try to paint everything I do in a negative light, or just, you know, want to speak negatively about me in general, I hope and pray that you all learn to be more gracious towards others. At the end of the day, the way you judge and treat other people says more about you than about me. I'm honestly think I've just always been honest about things, and I could lie, I could hide things, but I try to be honest about certain things. But anyways, I could easily not post my haul videos. I know a lot of people watching my videos don't care to see my hauls, but if I actually care, well, I should say, if I was actually trying to pretend that I overcame shopping and didn't shop anymore, I could easily just not make or not show those videos. I feel like I show them to be kind of honest, but I also think I've gotten a lot better, whether people on the outside think so or not. You know, y'all might be expecting me to never make a haul video again, and I don't, like I said, I don't think that's not a goal for me, but you know, I do want to try to maybe stop the habit of filming haul videos, but it's just like they're my favorite types of videos to watch sometimes. But I don't want to really make that the highlight of my channel anymore. So I post way less hauls than I used to. Which maybe it doesn't seem like that to y'all, but I know that I have not been shopping as much. I also know what I'm actually doing in my current life to better my situation. But ultimately, y'all, a lot of people deal with a lot of different struggles. There is not one perfect person out there who's makes all the right choices and does everything right and doesn't struggle. We all struggle with something. I struggle with bad spending habits, right? Other people struggle in other areas. But we all struggle differently. Just because someone struggles with something different from you doesn't make them doesn't automatically make you a better person. I feel like some people just have this desire to just look down on people and think they're so much better because they struggle. They don't have the same struggles as other people. Like, I don't struggle with alcohol. That doesn't mean I don't empathize with someone who's struggling with an alcohol addiction, and doesn't mean that I think I'm better than someone who struggles with something different than I do. So that's just food for thought. Other than that, I think the only thing I really wanted to say is just, honestly, I'm not gonna say it because I'm not trying to be a mean person, but some people seem to be way too concerned about, like, some of y'all are more concerned about me than I am. Like, I'm not worried about my future or thinking I'm going to be stuck in my situation forever. I don't believe that about myself. So some people are watching me thinking, oh, she's never going to do this. She's never going to do that. She's always going to be stuck like this. I don't believe that for myself. So it's just like, you know, I let people think whatever they want to think. I know what my goals are, what I'm working towards. It might not happen tomorrow. It might not happen a year from now, but I feel like it is, at the end of the day, it's my life. Like, that's really all it comes down to. I don't know why some people are this concerned about my life. That's the part that I feel like just throws me off. Like, am I spending y'all's money? Did I use y'all's money to buy something? No. And again, like, the consequences of any choice I made, good or bad, affects my life. It affects me. I don't know. And if it does affect you, and if my choices are affecting you watching this, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't watch my videos. I don't want people watching my videos getting mad and getting upset and getting angry over things that I did. I'm not upset. Like, I'm not even upset. Like, I could be upset with myself, but that doesn't do anything. All I do is tell myself, do better, make better decisions. You fail, you get back up again. You know, it's not the end of the world. It's kind of like, as long as I have the desire to change, I will change, right? As long as I have the desire to better myself, I will better myself. You know, your desire to change obviously has to be met with actions and has to be met with better choices. But I'm not trusting myself to just change completely on my own. I do think a lot of that does have to come from God changing yourself. There's a lot of people who don't even desire to change or better themselves, and, you know, think they are perfect the way they are. I don't view myself as being a perfect person. I think there's always room for me to grow, for me to learn, for me to better myself. And the best thing that I can do to change is pray, right? I don't think that, from my experience, I will say there's a lot of things that I've tried to change completely on my own that I failed at. So I do pray and ask God for guidance in a lot of areas of my life that I want to grow in, that I want to change in, that I want to be better at. You know, I think that, you know, it's a lot harder for people to change completely on their own. Not that I don't think it's possible. I just think, like, sometimes it takes I don't want to say an act, well, I guess I'm not trying to say an act of God for someone to change. I think it just takes, like, a trust in God and a faith in God, and, you know, humbling yourself before God and asking God to help you. A lot of people don't like when I mention God in videos about the things that I struggle with. And they're just like, why do you expect God to solve all your problems? Because as a Christian, that's what you do. You seek guidance, you seek help, you seek someone who has the answers to the questions you aren't able to answer for yourself. I don't know everything. I'm not sitting here acting like I have all the answers to all of my problems or have the solution to all of my problems. I feel like I have failed myself so many times trying to figure things out on my own and trying to depend on myself. So I'm not going to get on here and be like, well, I know how to do all of these things on my own and I don't need help and I don't need any of those things. Like, when people give me actual advice, I appreciate that. Now, I'm always going to turn to God to help me, though, because that is what I know works. I know has gotten me through a lot of very bad situations. It's not myself. It is faith through grace, through faith in God that has gotten me through a lot of situations. Anyways, for people who like to assume what I am or am not doing, I have been doing really good with not spending money. The past couple of days, I find myself walking into stores. Like today I had to run some errands and I was almost gonna buy something, and you know what? I told myself, what? You don't need this. You don't have to buy this. You don't need this. You know, my self-control gets better each day. I also think people, I think because it's like, it's really easy to spend money. It's really easy to spend money. And so it's just like, because it's so easy for me to buy stuff online and for me to go in the store and buy things, like I am constantly tempted to spend money, guys. If I open TikTok, if I get on Instagram, there's constantly temptation for me to buy things. And me not buying things is something that I feel like I get better at each day. You know, I feel like people don't understand like how easy it is for someone with a shopping addiction to spend money. Because if I have money in my account, if I have a way to buy something, if I know, like I know right now I had money to go shopping today if I really wanted to. Now, in the sense of, is it the best decision for me to go shopping? No. But it's just saying, like, when you have a shopping addiction, the drive to spend or the ease that you can spend money is very, very, it's very easy to do. Anyways, I do have to make sacrifices though, if I want to be able to afford my own place, if I want to be able to pay off my debt. I already mentioned in another video that, you know, I don't know what's going to happen with my job. Honestly, at this point, we're praying and trusting God about that because I don't have a solution. I don't know what's going to happen. I've been interviewing at other places. I don't know if I'm going to get a job offer or not. I might still just stay with my current company. I don't really know what God wants me to do as far as that goes. But for right now, my main thing is just I have to catch up where I've fallen behind. So I can't afford to spend, even with the budget, my budget that does allow me to spend money. I can't follow that budget because I have to be caught up. But anyways, I think that there's a lot of people who, the people who understand me are going to be the people who've walked in my shoes, right? If you've never dealt with, like, I just feel like you don't know what it's like to be in someone else's shoes. I don't know what it's like to be the people watching this video, and you don't know what it's like to be me. I mean, I do share a lot of my, I guess, inner thoughts and inner dialogue sometimes, but at the end of the day, this is my lived experience. I only know my view on things based off of my lived experience. based on my perspective, right? So I'm not sharing something. I can only share what I know and what I've experienced and what I deal with from my own perspective. If you can't or don't want to understand that, that's not something I can force for other people, right? But, you know, I share my experiences in the hopes that it helps people going through those same things. It's not because I want people to pity me. It's not because I want people to feel sorry for me. It's also, like I said, the description of this video, of my channel, has always been like a diary of my life. I document the things I'm dealing with and going through so that 2 or 3 or 10 years from now, I can look back and see how much I have grown. I can look back right now on where I was 4 years ago and say, you know what, I might not have gotten out of my financial situation, but my mental state is way better than it was 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I was very depressed. I was dealing with a deep depression. For anyone who's dealing with depression, I feel your pain. I know what that feels like, and I pray that you overcome it, because I would never wish that experience on anyone. But at the end of the day, I've overcome a lot of things to get to where I am now. I'm constantly working on myself. I'm constantly trying to grow. And I honestly think, as someone who's constantly trying to better themselves, that I'm far more ahead than people who, you know, sit on a high horse and think they're so much better than other people. So people can judge me all they want, and I really don't care. God knows my heart. God knows my desires. God knows where I will end up 10 plus years from now. So anyone who's on my videos trying to speak, you know, negatively about what will happen to me and what I will do and what I will become or where I will be, you don't know my future. Only God does. And y'all don't speak for me. Anyways, someone accused me of making a fake account. Someone had made a really nasty comment, and someone had, you know, commented something defending me, and this person was like, you made a fake account. I don't have any fake accounts. I have 4 other channels that also have my name somewhere in it, that if I wanted to comment on my own videos, I could. But I do appreciate the people who do jump to my defense and comment. You guys do not have to do that. A lot of the people hating on my videos are probably honestly miserable in their own lives. Pray for them, kill them with kindness. I always try to take the upper, what's it called? When they go low, you go high. I try to take the high road, is what I'm saying, because the things I could say, I gotta stop myself. I'm not someone who wants to go off on people, you know, but I will say certain things because, you know, I'm gonna speak up for myself respectfully. I'm not gonna come for people. I'm not gonna degrade people or put them down, but I will, you know, with the utmost respect, let people know about I will let you know about yourself. At the end of the day, you know, I'd rather people spread love and kindness and uplift and encourage people in my comments. I would love for people to do that in my comments. And there's some videos, like there was one video where I got a lot more positive comments than I was expecting, which I was really kind of shocked by. But you know, majority of the comments I do get are encouraging, and I love all of the truly encouraging people. I love when people give me Bible scriptures. I love when people tell me they're praying for me. Like, those comments probably do really mean the most to me. Like, any encouragement people have, I do really genuinely appreciate that. And that does actually kind of motivate me. There's been a lot of times where I've been like, I'm ready to quit YouTube, and honestly, I'm still on the fence about that with this channel. I think there's like certain things like I don't want to have tied to me. For instance, like, there's a lot of videos of me complaining, you know, and, you know, feeling sorry for myself, throwing myself a little pity party. I think, like, in my very vulnerable emotional moments, like, that's what it is. And I always say this, and people, like, I don't know, pretend that I guess they've never felt an emotion in their life. Like, it's very easy when you're going through a hard circumstances to think like it's the worst circumstance in the world, or that it's just what you're dealing with is the worst thing possible. And especially when you're very close to it and when you're in it. Like, for instance, when I had to get my car towed, I was bawling and crying over this because it was like the end of the world to me. And like, not even a week later, honestly, not even like an hour later, I was fine. So it's just very, I think some of the things that I do regret are some of my more emotional moments that I've shared, which I honestly privated a lot of them. Like, there was a lot worse I used to have on my page. And I probably am going to go through this channel and private a lot of videos, just because, you know, not everything has to be public. At the end of the day, I make a lot of videos. I would rather the videos that I am not in as an emotional state be the videos that people watch. But I also think, like, those vulnerable moments I do share is what allows people to actually connect, because it's me being authentic. Even if I am throwing myself a pity party, even if I am complaining a lot, like, it's the raw and realness of what I actually sometimes feel. And feelings are temporary, right? Like, just because you feel something one day doesn't mean I'm gonna feel that way for the rest of my life. And when you're in an emotional state, you tend to exaggerate things. You tend to think this one small issue is the biggest issue in the world. And so in my videos where I'm complaining or I'm crying or in an emotional state, yes, it seems like the problem, whatever issue I'm talking about, is the worst thing in the world. It's not. It never is. Every negative circumstance I've ever encountered in my life has always been temporary. And when you remember that the struggles you feel are going through are only temporary, that can encourage you, because you don't have to think it's the end of the world every time something doesn't go your way. It's really not the end of the world. You will get through it. God's got you. He still loves and cares for you even when you're going through the dark days and the dark moments, when you're being an emotional wreck, God still loves you and comforts you. And, you know, I think I realized that I would say I realized just a while ago, God really does cater to our emotions sometimes. Sometimes I'm so ungrateful, I'm so unappreciative, I'm not as, you know, grateful or thankful as I could be every day, right? That's another thing I'm working on. Remembering to be grateful, wake up every day saying like, thank you God for this, thank you God for that, so that I can start my day with gratitude instead of starting my day complaining because things are not exactly how I want them to be. So like every day you have to make a choice to be grateful. And gratefulness is how you are able to have joy each day. Anyways, that is I guess that's how I'll end this video. I honestly think the craziest thing about every YouTube video or chit chat I film, the way I talk about things, having no idea what I'm even going to be talking about. Like, I don't plan out my chit chat videos, if I'm being honest. This is just me talking. This comes right off my head, right? As I'm just, I don't know. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. I guess I really just wanted to say, you know, I'm not mad at myself for all of the mistakes that I've made. I've made a lot of mistakes. I will probably make more mistakes in the future that I will have to learn and grow from, just as I have to learn and grow from the mistakes that I've made or continue to make, right? Like, some mistakes I keep making and I'm just like, I'm tired of making the same mistakes, you know? So it's just like everyone is going to learn and grow differently. Some lessons you have to fail multiple times before you learn. That doesn't mean that you'll never learn though. The only way you fail is if you stop trying. If you let yourself fail and then you give up and you stop trying, that's the only way you end with failure. If you keep getting back up and you keep trying and you keep taking the test and trying at least to learn and grow, eventually you will pass, you know? And that's why I'm just like, some people are so convinced I'm going to always be struggling with my finances. I don't for 1 second believe that I will forever be in this position. Actually, I know I won't forever be in this position. I know I won't be in this position because I'm going to make sure that I'm not. You know, sometimes you do have to hit rock bottom in order to learn. Sometimes you really do. I don't consider the position I'm in to be rock bottom, but I do consider it to be like, okay, you need to actually change your ways because I'm tired of failing the test type of thing. Like, it's not even rock bottom, it's just like, when are we gonna pass? When are we gonna make it to the other side type thing? But yeah, you know, I think if you have hit a low point in your life, that's a blessing. Hitting rock bottom is a blessing in disguise, because once you hit that lowest point, there's nowhere else to go but up. And so sometimes hitting rock bottom is necessary for you to actually grow. When you can't go any lower than where you are in your current state, that means there's nowhere else to go but up. And that is where I feel like a lot of growth and a lot of change happens in people's life, is after they hit rock bottom and they have nowhere else to go but up. You know, I would say I hit rock bottom when I was depressed, honestly. And after dealing with that, I feel like, honestly, nothing I've faced after that has made me feel even close to as low as I felt after being depressed. So, yeah. Anyways, that's all I was gonna say. I won't really say this is addressing haters. It's more just like, I don't know. I never know what I'm gonna title my videos either. It really just be whatever comes. It really is just whatever comes to my head in the moment. Anyways, it's now like 1 a.m. so I need to go to bed. But yeah, by the time y'all watch this, future me is probably going to be even eons ahead of where I am today. So, you know, like I said, I want to be able to look back at my old videos and be like, we've grown so much from where we started. And I can say that from 4 years in on this channel. 4 years ago, I probably would not even tell you. I was a lot more immature. I was a lot more victimizing myself. I didn't take a lot of accountability for my actions. Like, I've grown a lot in the past 4 years. But I know that because I've lived my life. Other people don't know that. And don't know where I started. Don't know where, you know, what I've been through. I would say I don't know if I've realistically almost been homeless, but I've feared being homeless so many times in my life. And that fear, honestly, was something I had to conquer a lot. But I also know that, you know, that is not something that God wants for me, right? I don't think God wants for anyone to be homeless. I think that there's a lot of people who end up in homelessness because of situations that were out of their control, you know. And I'm actually about to be working at a homeless shelter. So I do think that will be good for me to just recognize that there's people, like, I recognize this already, there's people in far worse situations than anything I'm dealing with in my life right now. And I am very, very, very grateful and blessed. Like I said, I am blessed in so many aspects of my life that, you know, I don't want to take for granted, and I don't want to, you know, I really just don't want to take for granted a lot of the things that I do have. So anyways, I'm going to end my video because I can talk forever, and I don't know how many people actually watch my videos all the way through. But yeah, the main point I want to say is, if my videos bother you that much, where you have to comment very rude, condescending things, or you're getting upset and attacking me, I would say don't watch my videos. And that's all I have to say. I'm not begging for anyone to watch my videos. I honestly think I I'm not gonna say I don't care. Like, I'm grateful for the people who do like my channel and my channel helps them, or they just can relate, like, but I'm not begging, like, I'm not making, this channel is not me trying to get subscribers. I'm not begging to get followers or following. Honestly, I was more comfortable posting things when there were less people watching my videos. So, but yeah, I'm not begging for views. If I don't use any SEO on my videos either. I post my videos usually without hashtags, without anything. So the fact that anyone finds my videos is beyond me. But you know, I'm just being myself. Take that, judge that. People are gonna judge me regardless, but the only judgment I truly care is from the people who I love and who love me, and of course, first and foremost, God's judgment of me. I want to be the best version of myself because I want to be the person that God has called me to be. And that is what matters more than anyone's opinions of my life. And that's all I have to say about that. Bye.